Okay, welcome to another Value Vintage League. Again, this is vintage, but your deck has to be $30 or less on Moxfield. Now I'm doing this every other video now, so I'm alternating between value vintage and normal expensive vintage. So I've gone up recently from 2 videos a week to 3, but then alternating, each time value vintage or normal vintage. Um, Today we've got a dubious one. This is dubious. Just gonna put it out there, but it's doing a pretty cool thing. So we're gonna give it a try. Just so you can see here, we're at 29.89, so just under the $30 limit there. But I think we'll look at it in the in this version here. I think that's a bit easier with the pictures. So we've got a couple of combos in here, and the idea is to string one of them together. And they're based around either Assemble the Entmoot, which is a card I've wanted to play for a long time, but just haven't, from Lord of the Rings, and the new card from Avatar, which is Desperate Plea. So we'll do this one first. So this is a very cool card from Avatar. It's both a removal spell and a reanimation spell in one. So you play this card, you sacrifice a creature, and then you get to destroy a creature, which is great, and you get to bring a creature back from your graveyard to the battlefield. But there's a catch. It has to have power less than or equal to the sacrificed creature's power. So you want a card that, is big and strong, probably high mana cost, a normal card that you can't actually, normally play, but also has a low power. So that's where Jumbo Cactuar comes in. Jumbo Cactuar is a 1/7 technically when it's in the graveyard, but when it attacks, it is a 1,000 power creature. So, yeah, pretty cool, huh? So we can reanimate this with all of our creatures, sacking them to Desperate Plea, and we can bring back the Jumbo Cactuar. Now, this should not look like this probably. This combo should probably just be in like a mono black deck or maybe like a small green splash. And just kind of play like a mid-range game plan with this sort of in there. You use this, you pitch it to like Collector Brutality. There's probably some other like reasonable ways of discarding this besides Collective Brutality in, mono black or like with a small splash for green or something. But the reason why we're playing Assemble the Entmoot as well is because Jumbo Cactuar is a big green creature, which means you can pitch it to Nourishing Shoal to gain a bunch of life, 7 life exactly, which lets you gain 7 life for Assemble the Entmoot. And I want to play Assemble the Entmoot. This was one of my the favorite cards when this set came out, and I tried to tinker with it a little bit. I don't think I ever actually played this any matches, but like I just thought about it for a little bit, and it definitely feels like there's something here, but I just never got to play it yet. So that's why we're going to give this a try today. So basically, once you gain life, and you can do it over several ways. So if you've got 2 ways to gain life over a turn, you can do both of them and then sack Assemble the Entmoot. So your creatures have reach, which is, fine. But the real thing here is when you sack it, you get 3. 3, that's a lot. 3 XX green tree folk creature tokens for X the amount of life you gain this turn. So if you use Nourishing Shoal to pitch Jumbo Cactuar and sack it to Assemble the Entmoot, you get 3/7/7 Tree Folk, which is pretty good. That's probably going to win you the game, under normal circumstances. But we have other ways of gaining life as well, and one of the cards here that kind of works with both combos is Cram Session. So one that just gets you 4 life, which means with Assemble the Entmoot you can get 3/4/4s, and that 3/4/4s might be enough to win the game in certain scenarios, depending on what you're up against. But it can also learn, and when you learn, you get a lesson card from outside the game, or you can draw a discard. But we want the lesson card because Desperate Plea, which we just looked at, is a lesson. So not only does this combo with Assemble the Entmoot, but Cram Session also lets us get the Desperate Plea, which is pretty good. And the rest of our deck is kind of just ways of not losing the game and also discarding cards. So we've got Bog Witch, which can discard the Jumbo Cactuar and get it into our yard and also make some mana. So it can kind of ramp into an Assemble the Entmoot. It can discard Jumbo Cactuar. In theory, you can go like turn 3 this, turn 4, discard a card, the Jumbo, play Desperate Plea on the Witch, bring back Jumbo. That's kind of the idea there. That's clunky, obviously. we've got Cabal Initiate, which if you play it on turn 2, and then on turn 3, if you discard Jumbo Cactuar and then use Desperate Plea to sack it, you get your Jumbo Cactuar on turn 3. We've got Abrupt Decay as just generically good green-black removal, and Inquisition of Kozilek as generically good mono-black discard. Zuran Orb is a way of getting a bunch of life, so if you got like 4 lands in play and Assemble the Entmoot, you can sack them all to Zuran Orb and make 3, big 8/8 tree folks, and hopefully that wins you the game. If it doesn't, you're in a lot of trouble because you just sacked all of your lands. Soul Ring, of course. Land mana base, just green-black. We got 1 Vampire's Bite, so this is another way of getting life. If we kick it, your creature gets +3/+0 lifelink. So like if you kick like, Cabal Initiate, you don't even need to kick Cabal Initiate because one already has lifelink, but you get 3 5/5s. What did I not cover yet? Caustic Bronco just as a generic way of drawing cards. Obviously we have all these synergies here, but they're hard to pull together. So I just wanted some sort of generic way of drawing cards. I'm settled on Bronco, but there might be better options here to try and pull this combo together. And then we got 3 Bramble Familiar. This can, ramp into and assemble the Entmoot. It can, with its second ability here, discard Jumbo Cactuar. You need to get Jumbo Cactuar into the yard. And then in theory, for 7 mana, you can just find the Jumbo Cactuar. Again, this card, and this card, and this card, and this card, and all of this is probably too cute, but like, it's almost Christmas time here. We're going to try and get our Christmas, level of combo here to try and work, at least a few times. So let's see if that works. And I'll probably, in the not too distant future, try like a stronger version just with Desperate Plea and Jumbo, but without, all this stuff. That's probably going to be a bit more competitive. Yeah, remember to like, subscribe, and throw a comment down. All that's appreciated. As far as the sideboard goes, we've got the 1 Desperate, like I said, for the Cram Session. Then we've got 4 Duresses for some of the combo and control matchups. 2 other Bloodchief's Thirst, another Abrupt Decay as removal for those matchups where we need that. Graveyard Hate with Soul Guide Lantern, and then Damping Spear for some of the decks like the Cascade one, that kind of thing. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, here we go. I think having 1 mana is not good. Why? Our deck needs. Try that. Really need a forest. Not what we. Good. Very quick hand. They got us. That was pretty incredible turn 1. Okay. Don't think I really want to change anything. I think our mana base. So we can go for this plan on turn 3, or this plan on turn 4. I think it's just this plan on turn 3, I guess. Sure. This work again? Get in for the lifelink. Might as well. That does no power. See what they got for us. Anna? Champion. Oh. Alright, well, that's a problem. We can't do anything with the etched champion there. We're just dead because they're going to equip it to the Ornithopter and kill us. Breach. That's why. We need that Abrupt Decay, like, right now. We can't even kill this one, but we can Abrupt Decay. I think we have no outs. Like, literally just no outs. Yeah, I mean, even the Abrupt Decay won't actually do anything. They just block it. Show you. Yeah. Yep. Yep. If we control a removal spell here, we can win. Has to be a removal spell right here. Oh no, never mind. All that's gone. Now we're just dead again. Okay, we're super dead. Got us. All right, here we go. Okay. Forest. Start. Oh, they got more. Happen land. Problem. Yeah. Can't get rid of dark depths at all. Not something. Kind of an it. For that we can. Interesting. So in theory, if we draw another land next turn, we can Nourishing Shoal the Jumbo Cactuar. If we play out the Bramble Familiar, this. I think it's considering we're banking on a land, it's too risky. We really have to get rid of that ice player that finds half the combo we lose. Now they can play on their land, I think. All right. Pitch the Jumbo Cactuar. Our lifelink damage in. Is Maze Ith in this format? I assume Maze. Not sure how much Maze of Ith costs. They can find Maze of Ith off the map or some sort of, or I assume there's some sort of anti-aggro land they can find with the expedition map. Well, all we're gonna do is F6 here, and then I think they can stop the Jumbo Cactuar. We got plays next turn. Urza's Saga doesn't stop us because we gotta remove it. Well, right, let's see if they got something else. They need like another blocker, another piece of removal. We got the negative. Fun. Okay, we got to do the thing. Looks like we definitely want graveyard. Our graveyard hate. Um, we want the Abrupt Decay. It cuts. I don't want to cut anything. Try that. I'm not sure. Entirely right. I think we keep it. Needs a little help, obviously. Possible. A Mox Emerald. Oh, this is a real vintage deck. I didn't even clock that from the beginning. Okay, I did not understand what's going on here. Interesting. Um, so the leopard is a problem. They've got no mana without the Elves of the Deep Shadow, so I'm kind of considering tanking that. A little risky. Actually, no, they do have mana. I'm not sure what I'm talking about. That was kind of dumb. I think I should have taken the other one, but we'll see. Draw any creature we can remove. Probably should hit the Emerald, actually, because then remove that one later. I don't love how I'm playing this. Still need to be able to get rid of this thing. Yes. Need a creature. Um, Like we're in trouble. Assume this can just get like a Vampire X Mage and kill us. You have to take that one. And they can exile 2 ways, which is bad. We want to draw a Jumbo Cactuar, then we can gain life, then sack this. But this can just get Thespian stage 2. We're just dead either way now. That's fine. What they got for us? What's that Titania? They can play Titania next turn now. Scary. Go Cactuar. For sure. Um, have any lands? Got one anyway. Play the Titania now. A good turn to draw a Jumbo Cactuar. Terrible. I think it's turn too slow though. I'm in the play trapped. Big draw next turn. Here's a green. Either Assemble the Entmoot would be fine because this is total life. So like you could 4 from this, and 4 from this. Like that would work. All right, big draw step here. Okay, that's pretty good. I should have had just like a big, they're like a big green lesson. That would have been smart. Got our big 3/8/8, which is pretty cool. And they can swing for 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, that's pretty funny. Yeah, we beat the Mox Emerald deck. All right, here we go. Mulligan that one. That's better. I think. Yeah, let's see what they got for us. Sure. Not a bit. That one, I think we gotta take the. Got a very aggressive hand. Not sure if we'll be able to beat. A very quick clock here. Play this one and swing for 8. Yeah, we got go. We're just get to take the Cram Session. Don't think there's any way we can win. We're in so much trouble. Gain us some life. Okay, just stupid. Try again. Um, I don't think the Soul Guides are that good. I think we have to just try and combo. Positions are actively. Take those out. Full guides. Try that. Uh-huh. You have to draw a creature to be able to do that. Hopefully. Worried about discard, so I think I'm actually not going to use the Cram Session. That just gives them away information for therapy, that kind of thing. And if they like use Inquisition, have the one in the sideboard rather than just take a Cram Session. Good luck. This is bad for us, obviously. Oh, they named the Cram Session. All right, well, that's brutal. Fair enough. Now we're in trouble. But if we would have got the other card, we'd be in trouble anyway. We needed to draw an Entmoot now and assemble the Entmoot. Yep. Gonna get the Jumbos. Yeah, that's a problem. We have a creature in play, so if we draw a Desperate Plea, get our Bronco back, which is pretty good. They don't kill it here. They killed it here. That's brutal. All right, now I think we're just solidly into their lair. They board in. All right, well, that's half the combo. Now we need a creature. Could be worse. Creature, creature, creature. 2 mana creature. I have some 3/1s in here. 2 mana creature. Not what we need. Try again. All right, we have been invested. We're pretty soft to discard. Our combo requires a bunch of pieces, so discard's pretty brutal against. All right, they got us. All right. So the deck's not very good. That's okay. We did have one really fun game, or one match, I guess, that went well, but the combos are, and as we thought before in the beginning, too hard to pull together, and too easily disrupted. But it was a lot of fun. I'm glad I tried it. I think what I want to do next is I want to cut the green cards, all the ones you want to cast. I want to cut the Assemble the Entmoot, cut the Nourishing Shoal, cut the cute cards like Bog Witch and Cabal Initiate, and just play like in Bramble Familiar. Cut all of that stuff. Just play Jumbo Cactuar, Desperate Plea, and then just like good black cards. Like there's enough ways of discarding in mono black that are like good enough. Like I'm thinking like Collective Brutality. Um, I don't know how much Liliana of the Veil costs, but I'll check. But there's other, reasonable cards in black that we could play. Just like a black mid-range deck, but that has the combo in there. I do think the Jumbo Cactuar Desperate Plea bit is good. Like this card is very powerful, even if you're just like removing a creature and getting back like a Bronco or something. Like this is just, I do think this is a powerful card. And the Jumbo Cactuar interaction is quite strong, especially in value vintage here, where it's kind of tough to remove the Jumbo Cactuar. A lot of decks like will struggle with that. I think that's where I'm going to take it. I think the whole Assemble the Entmoot package is just too much. It was really fun when we got to do this stuff, but it's just, realistically, it's just not consistent enough. And we just don't have the tools to make it consistent, within our budget here, which is fine. Yeah, I think that's about it. Remember to like, subscribe, throw a comment down below, and all that jazz. And I'll see you next time.